Hey everybody, got a quick perspective tip today. Let's say you want to put some figures in perspective and you don't feel like drawing all that perspective and doing all the complicated line work and nonsense like that. You just want to put some figures in proportion with each other and make it look correct. Well, the first thing you do, if you have a figure here, you find your horizon line. Most of your images, most of your shots are going to have a horizon line on them, unless you're looking up into straight up in real up shot or real low shot. Most of the shots will have a horizon somewhere in the image. So find out where that is, and then when you draw a second figure, all you have to do is pay attention to where that horizon line is passing through that figure and put it in the same place in this one here. So it's just above the hip, or it is on the hip. And so this guy is on the hip, the same thing. And add another one farther back, same place, even farther. They're all on the same, they'll all look like they're in perspective correctly, because all you have to do is make sure that it passes through that same area. Now what happens if we change that? Let's say I'm going to take this one figure here and I'm going to move him up. See, if I move him up, all of a sudden he looks like a giant. And the reason is because it's passing. This is passing through the hip here. It's passing through his knees here. So he appears to be a really, really large guy. Or he'd be really short. His shoulders are only up to this guy's hip. So that's how you get something very quickly in perspective. I think I'll do another one of these. Let's try just a extreme close-up. Find a horizon line. It's right about there. I'm choosing that point. Now every guy that is on here will be in proportion. And just to make it clear, I'm going to add a room, some 1-point perspective. I'm going to do a video on 1, 2, and 3-point perspective. That's a little more complicated and involved, but this is just a quick way, a quick sort of fix, so to speak, to getting guys in perspective. If it's going through the same spot in each one, then it's going to be correct. It's going to look correct. Okay, let's say though, okay, what happens if the horizon line's way above the guy? It's not cutting through him anymore, not passing through any part of his body. Well, what you do, you still use this technique, but you just measure the point from the top of his head to the horizon line and make that proportional. So this is about 2 heads here. Then it's going to be about 2 heads here. The length of this about 2 heads here, and then you figure it out that way proportionally. So everybody it'll look like they're in correct perspective. Again, simple way to find it, and that works pretty good. Okay, so now what happens if you've got guys who are different sizes? Like this. Same concept. It'll pass through, wherever it passes through here, it'll pass through here. So little guy like that. So, you're trying to figure out sometimes, what do I do with, I want to get this guy in proportion with this guy. Well, if he's this height next to him, then he'll be, and then you move him back in perspective, he'll be at that point on the horizon line. He'll be right there. So that it'll be in correct perspective. So that one works. I'll do one more. Let's say you got guys up in the air. So, and the horizon line is way down here. Maybe he's on a building or something like that, and you want to put some other guys here on the same building, and you want them in correct perspective. Well, you do the same thing where you measure the distance here, which is, I would say like a third of the leg, or 2/3 of the leg. 2/3 of the leg, you measure that right from the horizon line up to the feet. That distance will be proportionally the same. So that's how that works. Quick fix, quick fun little thing to help you out. Just an observation in perspective. So that's pretty much it. If you find these tutorials useful, please push the like button and share and comment too. Let me know if these are helpful to you, because then I can be inspired to make more. And and thank you for showing up, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.